I'm Jen.
And I'm Nick.
We live and love in Ottawa.
We know that feeding a family of 4 can be tough.
So we put together some of our favorite
and affordable
recipes to keep everyone smiling.
Grab a seat at our table and enjoy
our frugal family meal. There's nothing better than an August peach. So sweet and delicious, paired with some prosciutto. We are making some prosciutto wrapped peaches crostini today. So I'm just gonna start by slicing some of these peaches.
I'm making us some raspberry lemonade.
So I've cut my peach and I'm just gonna wrap these wedges with some of this prosciutto.
I know I enjoy prosciutto. It's a nice salty flavor, pairs beautifully with peach, and you throw a little grill on it, smoky goodness. So with this lemon juice, I'm gonna throw in some raspberries, quite a number of them. Splashy, splashy. Now lemon can be rather tart at times, and so I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar to it, and then I'm gonna muddle away. Now you can also do this in a blender if you want, and if you're feeling extra fancy, you can use a sieve afterwards to get at all the seeds. We're not that fussy around here, so we're just gonna work this way here.
All right, I'm now gonna cut my ciabattas for the crostini. So I'm just gonna use the bottom for these, and I'm gonna cut them in a triangle, just so they look pretty. And before I put these on the grill, I'm just gonna top them with a little bit of olive oil. So I have my crostinis here. So I'm just gonna cut my buffalo mozzarella into 4 slices.
Would you like some basil chiffonaded as well?
Yes, that would be quite helpful, thank you. And put these directly on the toasts. And I'm gonna grab my peaches. And put them right on top of the mozzarella to get some good melt.
You look thirsty. Can I get you a drink?
Yes, please.
Okay. So for us, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having ice. And to separate our drinks, we're going to put a little extra something in there. We've got some flavored vodka.
What's the flavor?
We're using a raspberry flavor. Now, if you've got a preferred flavor of vodka, by all means, you can use that as well too. But I figure this just matches very well. Now, a nice little treat too is if you have some raspberries and you're worried about not being able to use them before they start to go too mushy. It's great if you throw them in the freezer. They can act as not just a beautiful garnish, but an ice cube as well. A little bit of mint.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Cheers.
A taste of summer.
Let's try one of these. Here, I'll cut it in half.
Excellent.
For you. Bon appetit. So good, eh?
The salty, the sweet, and that cheese, it's fantastic.
It's all about the grilled toast for me. Really good.
And how can you get any fresher than this?
Avocado and grape tomato salad. We're just making a really super simple summer salad. Grape, tomato, and avocado salad with the addition of some extra vegetables that we've gotten from our garden. So cauliflower, peppers, and snow peas. So our kids don't like to eat a lot of green vegetables, but we can get away with avocado because it's a fruit. So I'll just chop these peppers into some nice bite-sized cubes.
So I'm going to cut the cauliflower in nice little fork-size bites.
So summer's a great time to use any type of excess vegetables you may grow in your garden. And this is a great recipe to combine all those vegetables together. So Nick, while you finish chopping that cauliflower, I'm gonna get started on this super simple vinaigrette.
Excellent.
So I have my mason jar here. So to that, I'm going to add 1 clove of garlic, roughly chopped. I always make my vinaigrettes in mason jars because they're easy to shake and you can keep the leftovers in the fridge afterwards. I'm just gonna juice this lemon right into the mason jar. So our family likes a little bit of heat, so I'm gonna add just a little bit of hot sauce, and I think that will complement really well with some of the vegetables that are in the salad. And a little bit of Dijon mustard. And some honey, just for a touch of sweetness. And I'll finish that off with some extra virgin olive oil. So vinaigrettes are all about balance. So for me, I like to always add equal parts oil to equal parts acidity. So that's pretty much done. I'm just gonna give that a little bit of a shake.
All right, I've got some avocado here all cut up for you, ready to scoop right in.
Super.
Do you want to do 2 avocados?
I think 1 is good. 1's enough.
It's a very nice and fresh avocado. Definitely not from our garden.
So I didn't season the vinaigrette itself, so I'm just gonna season the actual salad with some fresh ground pepper. We like a lot of pepper.
It's true.
Some salt. Nick, if you wanna dress that salad. Look how colorful that is.
I was just thinking the same thing. It's like a rainbow.
I'm just gonna go right for the avocado and tomato. Those are my favorite.
I was thinking the same thing. Oh, got pepper instead.
Bang on.
Our vinaigrette is spot on.
Where should go with this?
Something fun. It's for the kids.
So I'm just starting on some garlic for a marinade for the Land Sea Kebobs we're gonna be making. So we're using some shrimp and some flank steak for a nice kid-friendly finger meal. Nick, you're gonna get that corn on?
Absolutely. What's a finger meal without corn?
So got my garlic chopped, and I'm just gonna add some white wine. Again, equal parts acidity, equal parts oil. So I'm gonna add some olive oil. And I'm just gonna cut some fresh parsley to add to that.
Now the cut that we're using today for our steak is gonna be flank. Flank's a really great cut. One of the reasons why it's so fantastic is it's a very lean cut, and it can be a very long cut as well too. So you can see here, this is just a portion of what would be a full flank steak, and we're just taking off little bits. Now I'm cutting with the grain as opposed to against it right now, because it'll help keep it together and allow us to be able to put it on our barbecue sticks.
All right, I'm gonna start skewering the shrimp.
Excellent. I've got some steak ready for you whenever you want it. Help yourself.
Thank you. So I'm just gonna fold the meat over and skewer it that way. And then it'll cook evenly with the shrimp.
Now, if you want to have a little extra color on this, you can also do fruits and vegetables that you think would pair well with what you're eating. We've already have a salad prepared, so we're going to forego the vegetables on our skewers. I'm just going to check on the corn. It's coming along slowly but nicely.
I've got the skewers ready.
Come on down. There you go.
Don't close it yet. I'm just gonna brush the skewers with this marinade. Just gonna finish it with a little bit of salt.
Ooh. Not just any salt, but flake salt.
Do you want a little bit of pepper?
Please.
Okay.
Dig in. Surf and turf.
Oh my gosh, that is really good, that meat. Okay, I'm gonna try the corn. Hot but tasty. Would you like to try a bite?
Hot indeed, but tasty.
The kids are gonna love this one.
If they're gonna love this, they're gonna love dessert.
What's for dessert?
Donuts. Summertime is a great time for donuts. One of the reasons why it's so great is because you can cook them outside. Anytime you do deep frying, I find it leaves a bit of a leftover smell in the house. And so being able to cook donuts outside is a great pleasure. Right now I'm just getting some of the dry ingredients ready while Jen gets the wet together for us. And this is one of the huge advantages too about working as a team, is it usually takes half the time.
I have a 1/3 cup of melted butter, 2 eggs, 1 yolk. I'm now gonna add my 3/4 cup of buttermilk and just a splash of vanilla.
For the dry ingredients, it's gonna be flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and then you're gonna use a little bit of nutmeg to give the donuts some flavor. Some people like a lot of nutmeg, some people don't like it at all. So I'm just gonna use a whisk just to make sure we get that all in there.
We like nutmeg.
People usually think nutmeg, eggnog, but you can use it year round. It's a fantastic spice if you know when and how to use it. So you can see how wet this is. We're gonna add some more flour to make it a little bit thicker. The consistency when we're done should be between cake batter and cookie dough.
Don't overmix.
Which is always a dangerous thing. Can I get you to check on our oil to make sure we're at 375 or just over?
We are over 375. We are in the deep fry zone.
Excellent. As long as we're not in the deep trouble zone. So you can see here we're getting at just about the right consistency. Still a little slack.
Can I have a little bit of that flour?
Oh, I'm happy to share it all with you. Okay, so this will be the last bit of flour we need to incorporate.
So is this just like rolling a pizza dough?
Hopefully a little easier. You don't need to get this one round. So you can see here, the dough's just coming together. And like Jen said, you don't want to overwork it because you don't want the donuts to be tough. We're all set.
Okay.
I'll let you take the dough and you can roll it out for us. So we're making buttermilk donuts. Buttermilk donuts are great because that buttermilk adds an extra little bit of zing to it. If you had regular milk, you could add a little bit of vinegar, apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, or lemon juice, and it'd give that extra little that you want for that pucker flavor.
Can you put a little bit of flour on my hands?
Of course.
Now, since this will be my first time rolling out donuts, how would you like them rolled?
Well, we're gonna roll it out to about 1 inch thick, and then from there, we're gonna be able to do our cutting. Now, there are other donut recipes that you can use that are yeasted donuts. This is going to be a quick bread, which is why we have baking soda and baking powder.
I feel so privileged for letting me participate in the baking.
It's a big deal. Usually baking's my thing.
Is that good?
That looks perfect.
What size should we use?
Well, let's go with big donuts and small centers.
Okay. Little donut holes. These can be for the kids.
We'll eat the big ones.
All right. I'm ready, I think, to drop it in. Delicately.
Now, the nice thing too about donut dough is that it's fairly forgiving. So if you happen to have some missteps along the way, you can always fold the dough back together into a large piece, roll it out, and try again.
They're ready.
Excellent. I've got the cooling rack and paper towel. In fact, I'll even come to you this time.
Sure. Disregard the last two. Those were my first attempts.
Well, the nice thing about donuts, it doesn't matter what they look like. It matters what they taste like. Sometimes we'll mix a cup of sugar with a tablespoon of cinnamon in a paper bag, put the donuts in, and give it a shake. This way it has a little bit more of an indulgent flavor. But they're perfectly fine just the way they are. How are the tiny holes coming?
Good. I'm just making a whole bunch. There you go. I'll just continue making these.
Well, we won't be doing the cinnamon sugar. We will be doing some powdered sugar donuts. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of these tiny ones, pop them in the bag while they're still warm, and hit them with just a little bit of powdered sugar.
Can I shake the bag?
Of course you may. Make sure you close it good and tight. You don't want it to explode. And you can see here, they come out quite nicely and well to go. Would you care for a hot one?
Sure. I feel like I'm at the CNE.
You couldn't get better at a country fair.